Hello everybody and welcome back to another mystery box function challenge. In this purple mystery box there's some math and your challenge is to figure out what that math is. There's a link in the description. You can pause the video, click that link, and it'll take you to a page like this where you can put in as many numbers as you want in the top and see how they come out changed on the bottom. We'll track those in a chart, all your ins and outs, and then we'll even graph those as ordered pairs so you can see the shape the math makes. And pause the video, try out as many numbers as you like, then come on back, listen to the rest, and see if I get the same thing you did. All right, let's get started here. I'm going to start with 0. 0 gives us a 1, so maybe we're adding 1. Let's put in a 1. Okay, and that gives us 0, so maybe this is a line with a slope of -1 and a y-intercept of 1, so that would be negative x plus 1. So if I put in a 2, it should give us a -1. Oh, no. So maybe this is an absolute value function that's been moved to the right one, or maybe it's a quadratic that's been moved to the right one, and this is our vertex down here. Let's try 3. And 3, so this does look like a straight line, so maybe this is an absolute value that's been moved over 1. Let's try a -1, because that, if it is, it should be symmetrical there. It should give us that that 3, or sorry, that 2, like the 3 did. So -1 should give us a 2. Aha, it did. Okay, so I think this is pretty clearly an absolute value function that's been moved 1 to the right. And the only question is, how do you actually write that? So f of x equals what? So there's an absolute value. If we added something to the outside, it would move it up, but we're moving to the right. So when you move to the right or the left, you actually add something inside these absolute value brackets, or in the case of another type of function, inside the parentheses of a squared, for example. We're going to put x, and then the question is, I know I've moved 1 space away from the origin. Is that a +1 or is that a -1? It seems like we're moving in a positive direction. Do you know which one we have to do? I mean, you could experiment, right? So let's try a +1 first and see if it comes out with our point. So let's try with the point number 1. If we put in 1 for x, that would be 1 plus 1. It would be 2. The absolute value of 2 is 2. We did not get that. So that doesn't work. Let's try minus then. So let's make that a minus. And if we've got 1, we're putting in 1 for x, minus 1, that gives us 0. The absolute value of 0 is 0. Let's maybe try one more point. Let's put in, let's say, a -4. So if I did -4 minus 1 absolute value. So -4 minus 1 is a -5, and the absolute value of a -5 is a 5. So if I put in -4, I should get 5 out of here. So let's try that. So -4 gives me a 5. All right, I think I'm pretty confident that we've got this. This is the absolute value of x minus 1. So let's reveal. Yes, there we go. Absolute value of x minus 1. And let's go ahead and graph that too. And there it is, that nice sharp pair of straight lines meeting in that angle at the vertex. Well, how did that go for you? Did you see that this was going to be an absolute value? And did you have any trouble figuring out how to make this shift to the right happen in the equation? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.